Hello and welcome to another video on what is Shopify. So in today's discussion, I'm going to talk about the point of sale, which is one of the features from several actors that are in a Shopify platform. So you have merchants, consumers or customers, as well as the business aspect, right? So after all, Shopify is a complete e-commerce solution allegedly for them that it simplify a lot of the commerce operations such as product management, inventory management, payment processing, as well as shipping. And so once you buy a Shopify plan, you can turn your idea into business and start selling. So they offer things like storefronts where you can customize your online store as you wish, as well as uh, provide tools to start selling in multiple places, such as in person, brick and mortar locations, web, the mobile, or pop up shop, as well as the multiple sales channels, digital marketplace, or social media. And digital marketplace can be seen as Google, so that where people search, or a marketplace that create by itself, as well as the sales or social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, right? So the whole point of this is to turn your followers into customers. So by finding new shoppers, grow your brand's audience and build customer loyalty with social selling. And that's good because that is at least the layer one, okay, of Shopify core products and service, as well as the integrated checkout, which is fast and reliable, uh, and payment processors and tools to improve your business, like SEO and marketing tools, right? So the second layer is, according to their Shopify blogs, the second layer is additional products and service. So they recognize that once your business is starting to gain traction, and also because your business is unique, it evolves and it needs certain specifically features or certain specifically needs. So the TL here, or broadly speaking, they provide you balance, okay, to keep track every interaction that you're having in your business, balance or this financial aspect, as well as the capital. So they fund your business as well. So you can ask for credit with zero equity. And they tell you zero equity because, after all, your entire business is running on their infrastructure. Unless you are, for example, a tech savvy that wants to pour your applications in other platforms, that will give you much more control and power. So, more power to you. So, the other layer, especially as you gain traction in your business and you're starting to face new challenge, you can hire a Shopify expert that helps you to build this tailored solution that you need for, or you can rely on third-party service, or in this case, apps on the Shopify store that are built by third-party developers, which pass a complete Shopify process review. And the whole point of this is to identify if these three layers that exist: the core products and service, the additional products and service, as well as apps built by trust partners. this is what is Shopify. And when it comes to know why Shopify, why you should go with Shopify, it has a large commerce or a large community of entrepreneurs, partners, developers, and merchants, as well as it spans over 175 countries. However, Shopify payments, which after all they don't charge for any transaction that you do, uh, is supporting in way less countries, right? Even though it also absorbs the unnecessary complexity uh, to deal with e-commerce operations like, well, something that I mentioned before, product invent, uh, product management, inventory management, payment processors, as well as shipping, and also the business aspect for how you can grow your business by creating a logo and then you building your personal brands and providing tools to do that, as well as it at scale with your business, right? Because after all, they're using is, or you as a merchant are using their infrastructure from it. So to get a little bit more technical, that's one of the things that this uh, software science or the computer science allow is the scalability of an application. And that's one of the things the great thing of the internet, that it opens you at a huge amount of opportunity out there, and then you can decide which one of them works for you. And this is beautiful, completely, totally, because now you can escape from the geographical hell or this uh, geo-social, political, economic hell that you live uh, to migrate to other areas. All right. So with that, then I look at, for example, the different actors involved on the Shopify. Something that I already mentioned before, like cons- the, the merchants, the consumers or the customers, as well as the business. And particularly here, talking about the point of sales, which is one of the features provide to merchants. Other features that I look in the past couple videos were storefront that it allows you to create new ways. It allow you to create new ways to delight use. It allows to create new ways to sell that delight users while boost sales and boost sales and build customer loyalty across different touch points, whether it's the mobile, marketing, print media, third-party servers, as well as the in-person other products and service, people recommendations. So storefront, which is one of the features, right? That I'm not going to dive deep into that because today's video I'm gonna focus is on the POS. So storefronts, after all, they allow you to build online themes, online store, as well as integrate commerce in your mobile application, inject shopping moments in your games where your audience is already engaged, and also sell on custom sell or decide to sell do some custom sales channels, okay, or sell on channel custom sell channels as the way. So custom sales channels, so you have much more creative control over the buyer experience, such as cafes and restaurants, car dealerships, online shopping, grocery shopping, electronic stores, as well as travel booking. So another feature that I look is the um, custom sales and social social media integrations and sales channels. So here's where you can promote and sell your products, whether it's digital or physical, across marketplace. Okay, sell where people search, such as Google or Walmart. In the case of putting your brand in one of the top retail on the US, Walmart, or sell on different social media. Oh, another feature for merchants is using the shop assistant, which is, after all, is a shop AI assistant for customers in the POS. All right. So where POS, after all, is a system that is used to process transactions and accept payments. So to look a little bit of history, to understand where this POS come from, we can trace back according to the American National Museum, like this, to the end of the North American Civil War, where now business owners or shop owners need to hire strangers to assist customers. And for this stranger, it was very, very easy to pick money for that. So everything changed when James Reedy from Dayton, Ohio, invented the first mechanical cash register, right? Uh, they were run out of business, and they sell their patents to the uh, John Henry Patterson, founder of the NCR, the National Cash Register. Okay, uh, that it not only focused to improve the existing cash register machine, but also to go into the electronic computers and accounting machines. So this is something interesting because John Henry Patterson, a Marvel magnate, or let me look at this. So John Henry Patterson. So John Henry Patterson, this industrialist or mogul, which is a an English corruption of the Mughal war from Persian or Arabic, that allude to emperors in the Mughal Empire, medieval India, who possessed large amounts of power, and they were able to create wonders of opulence such as Taj Mahal, which is Mughal, as well as the tycoon that derived from the Japanese tycoon, which means great lord, and this is used as a title for the shogun or the Japanese dictatorship, or the Japanese dictator, the military dictator at the moment, um, or magnates, okay, which comes from the Latin word magnus, a great man or nobleman. So John Henry Patterson was allegedly the founder of a lot of the CEO practice, okay, or the business corporate culture. Why? Because it was family. So John Henry Patterson is famous in, I think it's here. The describe here. Okay, so Patterson was famous for firing Thomas Watson, who went on to become a general manager and then the president of the computer tabulating recording company, later renamed in IBM, or later renamed IBM, you know, the industrial business management, which is after all, that's what I'm doing right now. I am on the business machine. Okay, all right. So this story is something interesting. Sorry. So this story is something interesting to know about it because it can give you much more uh, perspective of why you're doing all of this and where all of this are coming from. So now when I look at the point of sales, and after all, I know what a point of sale is, and uh, I would like to know what a Shopify point of sales will allow you. So after all, the point of sale uh, is uh, is a system that, unlike the cash register, that they only print receipts and count, POS go further by automatic updating inventory when selling products, managing staff, uh, get real-time report, as well as take the or create a create a client library with to build customer loyalty. So specifically, the Shopify POS here, they talk about retail business. So what are retail business? Okay, so retail business, they specialize in the sales of goods and or service to consumers. So that's what it does, retail business. So they specialize. So they specialize in the sales of good and or service to customers, aka the business to consumer model. Okay, so products sold by retailers include apparel, jewelry, houseware, small appliance. This term is something interesting to me. Small appliance, electronics, groceries, and pharmaceutical products. Again, this is just to describe where all of this came from, according to um, Investopedia, right? So Investopedia, when they look at this, Investopedia talk about is the retail. What they mention here, right? So retailers, 10 biggest retail companies. Okay, so what is a retail business? According to Investopedia, no, no, come on. So according to Investopedia, so they specialize in sales of good and or service to consumers. So products sold by retailers include apparel, jewelry, housewares, small appliance, electronics, groceries, and pharmaceutical products, right? And when it comes to service, right? After all, I can see myself as a retail business because I'm specialized in the sale of good and service. And the service that I'm doing right now is on cloud computing or this Shopify here. So service cover a broad range and include uh, things like tools and equipment tools and equipment rentals. Okay, so tools and equipment rentals, like this: tools and equipment rentals. Okay, tool and equipment rentals for construction here. It also includes the pharmacies, auto care, and cloud computing. I will enter in the field of cloud computing, right? So retail sales volume is part of the consumer spending. Right? So retail sales volume is part of the consumer spending, which accounts for about two-thirds of the U.S. economy activity. So they mentioned that so retail sales volume is part of the consumer spending. Okay, uh, particularly in my case, since I am providing a service to this uh, this client. Okay, I can see myself as a retail company. Okay, that I that I'm specialized in the sales of good and service to consumers. In my case, I am is offering my technical expertise to a, a company that focus is on act as a middle, as an intermediate between the merchants and consumers. So I am in this field, you know, as I belong to this kind of business model, perhaps in the technical aspect, but after all, I am part of this entire, let's say, supply chains, right? Supply and demand chains. Okay, all right, okay. So that's what it is. A retail, right? So a retail is specialized on sales, or specialized in the sales of good and good in the sale of goods and or service to consumers, right? So retail companies specialize in the sales of good in the sales and or service. Okay, because you can also specify is not only to sell good but also service, right? So that's what it does is these retail companies. So specialize in the sales of good and or service but to consumers, right? And to understand more about this, consumers, all the actors involved here, uh, you have on the business model three main actors: government, consumers, and business. So this is one of the type of business model. All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Okay. So, mm, okay. Okay. So, Uh, so yeah, I just want to focus this on the products and service that these retails are focused on. Okay, so according to Investopedia, so products and service, so sold by products sold by retailers includes apparel, jewelry, houseware. I would like to know what is the bloody difference between houseware and yeah, but okay, and houseware. Okay, houseware. In Spanish is artículos del hogar. Kitchen. So kitchen, for example, no? Anything related to kitchen. Okay. No, not shopping. Image here. So housewares. Okay. Houseware. Equipment, tools, and machine used in house, especially in kitchen. Especially in kitchen. Kitchen and also cleaning. Housewares. Okay. Artículos del hogar. Housewares. Alright. Okay. Houseware. Mm-hmm. Alright. Can you elaborate this? Houseware? Would you elaborate this? Houseware. Much like software, but this is houseware. Interesting. Houseware. Interesting. Software. So for example, if I say software, oh come on, man. Software. Exactly. There isn't any translation to that. Hardware, none of that. It is funny because the Spanish, you know, in Spanish, herraje, hardware, ferretería, hardware. It is funny because according to reverso.net, software and hardware doesn't have any word in Spanish. However, houseware it does. Artículos para el hogar. When you describe it's a software, son artículos de aplicaciones. Might be software and hardware. Not even there know what is that. Because it's like for real, it's like what is the meaning of software? Exactly, it's like this but no, give me that in English. According to software. ChatGPT. For example, I would like to know the definition of ChatGPT. What is software, man? Okay, so this is your definition. That is this. System software, applicable application software. To a collection of computer programs, data, and instructions that enable computer systems to perform specific tasks or functions. But what the software were came from, you know? So the word software has its origin in the field of computer science technology, and it emerged as a term to distinguish the intangible programs and data that control computers, that control computer hardware from the physical hardware itself. The word software is a combination of two components. Soft refers to something that is not tangible or physical. And it is funny because when you soft, suave hardware, and it is fucked up, man, because Soft is actually something that is tangible. But here, when they talk about soft, which refers to something that is not tangible or physical, okay, what we directly imagine when we mention about software, okay, is something like this. It's textures or cream color, software, even the sensation, soft, flexible. Exactly, something that is soft, flexible. Refers to something that is not tangible or physical. In the context of software, it represents the non-physical nature of a computer program and data. But the software origin refers to, or to distinguish the intangible programs and data that controls computer hardware. It's this intangible things that controls the computer hardware. And it is pretty fucked up because uh, much like people, of course, we are not machines. We're not software or hardware, okay? But we can see a lot of similarity of this. Uh, so this software is the programs or data that control the computer hardware. So when you translate it into human, is the ideologist, the narrative that controls the physical form. All right. So this is something very interesting uh, to know about it. And when they talk about where is derived from the hardware, which refers from the physical components of a computer system. So anytime you hear where, houseware, pieceware, or yeah, but it must have this combination of something that is abstract with physical, right? For example, galactic ware, you know, galactic ware. What the galactic ware means. It does not have wide recognition or established meaning in English language. If galactic ware has been coined of game relevance, he doesn't know about it. But galactic ware, so for example, uh, galactic ware, I mean galactic, exactly. What the galactic, oh come on, what the galactic ware words mean. But this galactic ware will be articles, okay? But it's something abstract, kitchen, houseware, or schoolware, all right? Schoolware, schoolware, typically, okay, learning management machines, digital textbook, educational website, interactive whiteboard software, simulation and virtual labs, assessment and testing. So, okay, schoolware to software application, digital content, and education technology. hmm Government or commerce ware. So the whole point is to look at that the word where most of the time refers to physical things. Okay, most of the time refers to the physical things, and the whole point of this is to understand the word houseware, which is one of the articles that retail includes when they sell. One of the products that retails includes when they sell good and service, good and or service, like apparel, jewelry, houseware, small appliance, electronics, groceries, and pharmaceutical products. So with that, that'll be all for this video. Take care.